Welcome to the storyboard for IXL that I plan on implementing for my school district. My name is Tommy Fedegante and I'll be your presenter for the storyboard. I am currently a 6th and 7th grade math teacher at Coal City Middle School. I've been there for 4 years in total now and wanted to focus my project on something that could overall benefit my students. Let's break down what we'll be going over in this video. Here are the topics that I'll be discussing during this presentation. We will start off with the overall description of the course, target audience, the needs analysis, the learner's prior knowledge, what learning objectives will be hit during this training, how technology will be implemented, and how the learners will be assessed. First, I will begin with the description of the course. Within this course, students will be learning how to use the program called IXL. IXL is a website that is full of practice problems aligned to Common Core state standards in the fields of mathematics and English. Due to the pandemic, my school district wanted a way to measure the learning loss of these students. Therefore, IXL will be required to be done and used weekly by all students. In this course, learners will first learn how to log in and access their basic information. After that, students will learn how to navigate to the specific tabs to access their scores from the learning loss diagnostic. Finally, the course will finish with ways students can access the program to help them increase their knowledge and skills and topics that they're already learning in their classroom. Next, we will focus on who is the target audience. The target audience of this course is any student who attends Coal City Middle School. The school has roughly 455 students in the building with the spanning 3 grade levels. Again, due to the pandemic, our school district allows for students to be learning in school or learning from their homes. While majority of the learners will be at school during the training, there will be a decent amount who will be at home doing it. If students are learning from home, they are required to attend Google Meets and will have the support of the instructors. Thinking about the future, after this training is done for all grade levels, it will only need to be continued every year for the incoming 6th grade class. If you are a 6th grader this year, you will not be required to take the course every school year, unless you need a refresher. Next, we'll move to the needs analysis and how I decided to create the course. There was a couple things I did to complete my needs analysis. Thanks to Dr. Sutton, I was able to read a great article put out by EdgePoint Learning on types of ways to put forth a needs analysis. The first thing I did was question my students to see what they knew. To my surprise, many of my students did not know what IXL was, or what it was even used for. That was an indicator that the new program required by my school district would possibly need a course built. Second, I observed the students and they logged onto the website. Many had questions about logging in, how to find their skills, and what they should do. This went on for about 2 to 3 weeks of constantly reminding them how to do things. Finally, I looked at their work and what they were doing. When I would tell them to go to a specific skill or work on their diagnostic test, students were in the wrong areas or still doing the wrong skills. With these 3 things in mind, I decided that I had enough information to move forward with the training and started to build a storyboard for it. I will now move forward and talk about the prior knowledge of these learners. Thanks to the needs analysis, my students don't know much about IXL. I did not have any students able to log in successfully and get on the designated screens when asked. However, every student has a Chromebook and knows how to use it. These students also have skills with using the internet and other programs similar to IXL. While they may not know much about the actual site itself, the learners do have skills that can help them become more familiar with this program. Next, we will move into the learning objectives that will be hit during this course. Within Module 1, students will be introduced to the program IXL. They will start to learn the basics of the program and its main intent for our school district. By the end of the module, students will be able to do the following. Students will be able to log onto the program IXL using their school credentials in 3 minutes or less. And students will be able to access their diagnostic test after logging in 3 minutes or less. In Module 2, students will learn additional ways that the program IXL can be used to benefit them. By the end of Module 2, students will be able to do the following. Students will be able to access their skills from the specific workbook that aligns with the current state standards they are working on. and students will be able to navigate to a particular part of IXL from a verbal command in 3 minutes. These are the main objectives needed for students to successfully be within the course. Moving on, we will discuss the technology aspect of this course. This course will be technology heavy since the course focuses on the implementation of IXL. To start, every student has a Chromebook whether they are home or at school. They are school issued, so all students are working with the same equipment. Next, Google Classroom will be used in the way that Canvas is used for our class. Google Classroom is where I will post modules, have discussions, and provide grades and feedback. Students will be using Google Classroom for most of their educational career, so they'll be very familiar with this program. Finally, students will be using IXL on their Chromebooks. They'll be on the site constantly while doing the training. Most of these students are very independent when it comes to technology use, as long as they are given instructions on what to do. I am pretty confident that I will have not many issues in the technology aspect of this course. Here, I will talk about the assessments I plan to use for my students. There will be a handful of ways that I will assess my students so I can measure their progress within the course. For starters, I would like them to have a discussion on the different parts of the program. I would like to start out with a discussion for each module. Students will be able to explore the website and then report back with something that they enjoyed and something that they struggled with in 30 minutes. By having them talk with one another through discussions, this will help reinforce the overall objectives for Module 1. I really like the idea of branching scenarios as well. For example, I would ask the learners, where should I go if I want to access my math book on IXL? They would then have to pick between 2 or 3 choices given to them. After each example, they will be told if they are correct or incorrect, followed by an explanation or feedback. The objective for these branching scenarios will be for students to be on IXL and state the correct scenarios 100% of the time. The branching scenarios will help them overall on IXL as they will practice with the different parts of the program. Finally, there would need to be a summative assessment like a quiz of some kind. This will help the learners see what really has been learned in the course. I will align certain questions to meet the objectives from each module. This will then allow me to have concrete data on that the learners are understanding the material. Thank you for your time, and hopefully I'll be able to start implementing this training in the near future. Have a great day, and please let me know if you have any questions. I wanted to give credit to Slides Carnival and Unsplash for making this template and for the use of the graphics. Again, have a great day.